Good morning, everybody. Today I wanted to talk about the secret of communication and how to build better rapport through our filters. Now, what are filters? Well, filters is how we deal with the information coming in to our brain, and they come in through our senses. But because all of the information coming in is too much for our brain to deal with and we could get overwhelmed, we filter it through a number of filters. And one of those filters is called the metaprograms. And that is what we use within neuro-linguistic programming. So there are many filters, but today I want to talk to you about the chunk size filter, because that is what's going to enable you to communicate better to your audience. So what do I mean by a metaprogram? Well, a metaprogram is how we take in information and how we store it in our brain, and how we make an internal representation of the information that's coming in. So there are about 14 or 15 metaprograms that I know of, but there are 7 that we use on a regular basis. And today I'm just going to talk about the chunk size metaprogram or filter. So what does this mean, chunk size? Well, some of us will see the world in global form, and others of us will see it in specifics. So to interpret that, it means that some of us will be big picture and some of us will be more detailed. And it is on a spectrum. So at one side of the spectrum, you'll have detailed people, and on the other side of the spectrum, you will have big picture people. So if I was to give you an example of this, if you were going into a meeting and were asked to give a presentation, you might give lots of details. Excuse me. You might give lots of detail within that presentation. So for example, you might give statistics and data and graphs. Now, what's really important is when you deliver your presentation that you look around the room and look at the body language of the people that you are communicating with. Now, the people who are detailed will be really interested in what you have to say. They'll be sitting on the edge of the seat, really engaged with you, asking lots of questions, and you will be singing their song. But if you also observe the other people in the room, they may be very different in their body language. So they may appear very irritated. They may be tapping their feet or clicking their pen or just very distracted. Now, these are the people that are big picture people. They don't want the nitty-gritty and they don't want to get bogged down in the detail. They just want the executive summary of what's going on in the project. Now, it's really worth taking note of the different behaviours of people when you are giving a presentation, especially if the people in the room are key people of influence. So this may be your boss or your line manager, or it could be the chair or the CEO. And make a note of their response. So when you get to work with them on a one-to-one level, this is where your excellence in communication and rapport will come in. Sorry folks, got a frog in my throat. So when you meet with these people on a one-to-one and you've made a note of their body language, when you're speaking to them, if they're detailed people, then give them lots of detail about your proposal or project that you're working on. But if they are big picture people, just give them the bullet points. They don't want to get bogged down in that detail. So there you have it, the global person versus the detail person. And this is the art of communication. If you get this right, people will love you. And it's like you're singing their song. Now, this can be applied to many places, in the workplace, of course, but it's also really important in coaching, in sales and advertising. So any of you that are in business, really do pay attention to your clients, whether they are global people, big picture, or detailed and specific. Do let me know how you get on. If you found this video of value, please do like, comment or subscribe.